to skim and destroy. Scale to frame. So much bullshit in this. This guy talks way too fucking much. Fuck! I was right on the money there. full of research that he didn't come up with. What the fuck does he think research is? I'm glad I looked this up. Oh my god. That's ridiculous. Okay, something else. I found the clip that I need. Come on, fucking thing. What else did I grab from this? I think this is the one.
It was like $3,000 fucking. And you might be like, I've heard this shit nonstop. I had so many fucking dumbasses that were like, Emma, just build your own computer. It's not hard. I know it's not hard. I've built computers before. The problem is there was a fucking chip shortage. So at that point, the price of buying the fucking graphics card, chat, the price of buying a low-end graphics card, it was cheaper to just buy a whole computer already assembled. It was already, it was cheaper.
It's such a fucking reach. He doesn't even say the same thing. And he didn't show the different broadcasts. He just showed that different people broadcast it. This guy's so fucking stupid. I'm at 525.
I'll go on the SkyTech website and buy a nice little sticker from them. I'll buy a nice little sticker.
George Washington was the first president.
I'll put it on the side of my computer and then
Justin Wang a plagiarist? He's not a plagiarist. He didn't even make a good case of plagiarism at one point. When we started watching the video, I'm like, oh, maybe he found like some really, like, maybe Justin Wang really is plagiarizing. That's like, see, this article says George Washington was the first president, and in his video, he says the first president was George Washington. That's plagiarism.
I wait in the comments of them talking about like they were like
First president was George Washington.
And I was like, no, they're not. That's what made them DM me. SkyTech only fucking messaged me because I went on their fucking apology post and I said they're fucking lying. They're not paying attention. They don't care. I'm having this issue right fucking
Fuck.
now. You fucking lying pieces of shit. Fuck you. Need a radio link, my boys. People from Asmongold with a built-in pizza oven. Asmongold! Have a computer? Oh, man. This is so annoying. I was considering buying, well, I forget who makes them. This has just been a disaster on stream. I'm gonna have to do another Zillow screen to make up for this. I've been tempted to buy one of those Bitchute PC cases. I'd like to get a Hangout or case on PC case.
I picked some bad fights. Yeah, I could not win. Which is fine. I accept that now.
That's right, I'll finish all these guys off.
Well, yeah, I'm leaving it up to Islam. Islam, do whatever you want. Alright, I'm just trying to have fun with this guy. Exactly. I was like, I'll make fun of this black guy. He's got millions of dollars. He's not gonna care. And then he got really mad. I'm like, I thought he wouldn't.
I've decided to change Eric July here.
141,000. Oh, let's split that one. So this guy went from Dolores Stagman GPU to Amazon after refreshing the page for 30 weeks straight and using the Now in Software website. I was doing like the raffles to buy stuff, right? I remember I was going on like Newegg and signing up for the raffles. You were rotating with Dolores. Hey, Nicola, win! Someday. Someday. And I hang a sticker on my face. Does that count? No. This one's $1 million. This is in Brazil. Also in Rio de Janeiro.
That's kind of funny, but
It's so cool looking from the outside. $59,000.
Man, I got millions of dollars. Why would I?
$59,000. 600 square feet.
a little better, but
That's quite damn good. Lords. You like apartment?
I'd be like, man, I got millions.
Unload my friends in. They'll never find the bodies. Oh, okay. Okay.
Of dollars. Why would I?
1,000?
Oh, I thought you'd be like, man, I got.
It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice, cat. Oh, man. Yeah, it's not bad, actually.
I'd be like, man, I got millions of dollars. Why would I give a shit?
Tel Aviv is unironically nice. What is Tel Aviv? What is Tel Aviv? Is this an African country? Or is this a city or something? Oh, let's put the price up.
Oh, I thought you'd be like, man, I got millions of dollars.
Israel. Oh. Never mind. Not good with geography.
Oh, I thought you'd be like, man, I got millions of dollars. Why would I?
Not good with geography check. I was like, oh, Tel Aviv.
Oh, I thought you'd be like, man, I got millions of dollars. Why would I?
Or something. I don't know.
Wouldn't care at all. I thought you'd be like, man, I got millions of dollars. Why would I
This doesn't seem worth it. But they don't show the inside.
care at all? I thought you'd be like, man, I got millions of
What
dollars.
do houses in Israel look like? I had a friend that lived in Israel. I had a friend that lived in Israel.
Care at all? I thought you'd be like, man, I got millions of dollars. Why would I give a shit? I give a shit. I give.
Moving them to the U.S. because, I guess they have mandatory service. They have like mandatory military service in Israel. And his mom was scared that he'd die. So.
that's kind of cool.
Look at this black guy. He's got millions of dollars. He's not gonna care. And then he got really mad. I'm like, I thought he wouldn't care at all. I thought he'd be like, man, I got millions of dollars. Why would I give a shit? I give a shit. I give a shit about this guy. I'm married. I got a wife. I got a warehouse. I'm set. I don't give a fuck. Really?
$1 million apartment in Tel Aviv, Yaakov.
I was like, I'll make fun of this black guy. He's got millions of dollars. He's not gonna care. And then he got really mad.
Well, I don't think they're citizens. I think they collect from that. Oh. Why is this $1 million? Is Tel Aviv like New York City? Is everything like stupid expensive? High to space?
Millions of dollars. He's not gonna care. And then
Industrial, but not bad. Yeah, it's okay. Okay. It's not that remarkable. Oh, this is pretty. This is a really pretty little balcony. Oh my god, my arm is so sore. What the fuck? My arm is so sore! Why is my arm bothering me now?
guy, he's got millions of dollars. He's not gonna care. And then he got really.
This is nice.
Look at this black guy. He's got millions of dollars. He's not gonna
This
care.
is in Jerusalem. Beautiful country? Which arm? The arm that they took blood from. Moving
He got
healing?
millions of dollars. He's not gonna care. And then he got really mad. I'm like, I thought he wouldn't care at all. I thought he'd be like, man, I got millions of dollars. Why would I give a shit?
$2 million. Oh, wait, hold on. That was $11 million. $11 million? 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. What is this? This is in Tel Aviv.
Really mad. I'm like, I thought he wouldn't care at all.
I think maybe not. Maybe not?
Oh,
I
I
don't
thought
know.
he'd be like, man, I got millions of dollars. Why would I give a shit? Why would I give a
What the fuck?
No. That's right.
Why?
What's up, Jeffrey? My internet was out from 3 till almost 7. I did all this bullshit troubleshooting and everything, and turns out I just didn't pay.
Weird place for a TV.
So I fucked around with it for like 4 hours. And it was because I didn't pay, and as soon as I paid, it turned back on.
I'm willing. Wait,
Motherfucker.
this is not the CDI.
Really put a dampen on my evening. But I got a lot of good stuff done in the video. Do you want to check it out?
I can't fucking tell. I can't tell if that's
I don't mind showing this because you're the only person who's even come to hang out at the stream. So, but you make sure to watch the final product too. Give it a view.
Why is this $11 million?
Let's check it out. Let's check out what I got so far because I've added in a lot of cool stuff.
That's a
Are you ready? Oh, you can't see, but it's rendering. It'll be playing in 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Estimated time left is so off. It's still way off. Now it says it has 2 seconds. Now it says it has 4 seconds. No. Oh, it's stumbling over a piece of video footage, that's why. Oh, wait a minute. It still has the Maddox video near the tail end of it. Son of a bitch. Did I render some of that shit? Oh yeah, I still have Maddox stuff back here. That's okay. Alright, so the whole thing's rendered. Alright, let's watch it.
I'm calling this problem watching a man drown. From a young age, you know, we like to teach swimming, okay? It's a valuable skill. You ability to keep yourself afloat in the water. Yeah. For all human beings, you may find yourself at the pool or in the ocean. Yeah. You know, and maybe the water seemed calm at one point, but all of a sudden they start to get choppy. Maybe a wave knocks you back, or a wave knocks you right out of work, and you gotta swim for some reason. Maybe there's a riptide you feel is pulling you down. Some sort of. There's a beautiful girl you gotta save. Girl you need to save. Yeah. Who doesn't want to be saved, or maybe a different person saves her from a ocean tide wedding or some sort. Yeah, sure. Point is, you drown. The water is overtaking. Okay. And everybody is telling you, well, just stop fighting against the water. Stop thrashing. Stop thrashing. Just the metaphor falls apart. No. Just swim to shore. Quicksand would be better. Sure, quicksand. Watching a man drown in any situation where a man could easily help himself. Stop thrashing. It's quicksand. Stop. It's gonna swallow you. It's gonna swallow you. Stop. Just go limp. Go limp.
Like you jumped into quicksand and go, I'll show this quicksand what.
This will be fine.
I'll show this gay
This
quicksand.
sand is fine, and everyone's gonna be on my side. And the second I step in it, everyone's gonna go, "Hey, we don't want this guy in quicksand," and they're gonna lift me out. And you're gonna realize, well, everybody thinks you're a fucking idiot, and you're the reason for the quicksand. Why did you go into quicksand?
Yeah, you're gonna have to say what you're talking about, because now people are losing this metaphor, I think.
I think that if you're an internet personality,
Oh, you're talking about Maddox.
Okay. And you've had years sinking in the quicksand, struggling against it.
Yeah.
And it's threatening to swallow you.
Yeah.
And everyone is telling you, well, just stop fighting. You lost.
This is me with my retard
Right?
medallion. Yeah.
So just slowly pull yourself out. Admit that it was stupid to be thrashing against it the entire time.
Yeah.
And leave the jungle. Get out of the ocean. Accept the light. And you
Go
have
back to Utah.
Yes, you have people on all sides who are going, well, you know, just take care of yourself, and you can make fun videos again, and you don't
People
need
are,
to.
Maddox's fans are commenting on the video like he just survived cancer.
Yes.
Like, it's good to see you back, man.
Well, they're
Concentrate on your.
He's dragging people into the quicksand with him. They're all going down in this quagmire of stupidity. Mm-hmm. Where at the end of the day, it's like, just admit you fucked up. You fucked up.
Admit that you got upset.
You got overly
little
upset.
Yeah.
And everybody, first of all, would be, we all understand going nuts crazy for a girl. You want to fucking make your perfect wife.
Yeah.
And then a beautiful Gaston type, figure comes along with his muscles.
I
and
played
his-
Gaston on.
Yeah, I know you did. And you're the chubby friend of Gaston. Well, who is that motherfucker?
Why are you saying Gaston?
Is it Gaston?
What do you mean, is it Gaston?
It's been forever since I've seen Beauty and the Beast.
Yes, it's Gaston.
Okay. No one eats like Gaston.
No one eats like Gaston?
It's been. I only see it written out. I haven't watched the movie in a while. All right. Regardless of the Beauty and the Beast lore, point is that Gaston won. Okay, as he was always meant to do. And maybe you are the disgusting, disfigured beast who had a secret lair that you wanted to drag the girl into and teach her a lesson about whatever, you know? But it doesn't usually happen that way. So you just go, well, you know.
Because you're not the beast, you're like that little gay friend of Gaston's.
Yeah, exactly. You're the little fat, chubby one.
Well, you're very affected by Maddox's meltdown because you wanted him to do better.
Well, because I see so much of myself in Maddox. Where
Like
I
what?
Go, he's too defensive. He's defensive the way I'm defensive.
Yeah.
Where it's like, Vito, you fucked up. And I go, no, I didn't. I didn't do anything wrong. I never did anything wrong.
People make pedophile jokes. I'm making a pedophile joke right now.
Right. All right, I picked some bad fights.
Yeah.
I could not win.
I just did this coming up here.
Which is fine. I accept that now.
That's right. I'll finish all these guys off.
Well, yeah, I'm leaving it up to Gaston. Gaston, do whatever you want. All right? I'm just trying to have fun
I eat
at
a
this
lot
point.
of eggs.
Yeah. I was like, I'll make fun of this black guy. He's got millions of dollars. He's not going to care. And then he got really mad. And I'm like, I thought he wouldn't care at all. I thought he'd be like, man, I got millions of dollars.
Why would I give a shit?
Why would I give a shit?
Why would I give a shit about this guy? I'm married. I got a wife. I got a warehouse. I'm set. I don't give a fuck if you make fun of me.
He had more going on, but I guess not. He's just a really thin-skinned internet guy. Regardless, you know, you lost a situation. You went over the top. You started fucking around.
Yeah. You don't think his video is good? Maddox's video?
His video is ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous
You don't think
thing.
calling Justin Wang a plagiarist?
He's not a plagiarist. He didn't even make a good case of plagiarism. At one point, when we started watching the video, I'm like, oh, maybe he found like some really, like, maybe Justin Wang really is plagiarizing.
Yeah, with that, because it's happened before.
See, this article says George Washington was the first president, and in his video, he says the first president
Washington was the first
George
president.
Washington.
Well, there are sections in Justin's video that seem to lift exact quotes and in the exact same sequence as a WFLD broadcast by Jack Kennedy.
And this time there was audio.
By this time, the pirate had managed to insert audio.
Now you might be wondering, aren't these just basic facts? Wouldn't everyone report them the exact same way? No. In fact, here are 4 different broadcasts covering the same event.
Justin didn't report them the same way.
Because none of them were plagiarized, unlike Justin.
That's plagiarism.
Got it, man.
And it's like, no, Maddox, you can't, like, facts cannot be plagiarized. How are you this? It was like the cuck video again, where he just doesn't understand a very
he understands.
Does he though? I think that's what I don't understand. That's what I don't know. That's what drives me nuts. I'm driven nuts as I go, does he know that's not plagiarism and he's fucking around? Or does he actually think that that's plagiarism?
Now, this is why it's so important to have. What I love is that all these new Zoomers are being introduced to the cuck video for the first time. And they, you know, so long ago, they
The
get
background
Leave that video up.
laughter.
Is it still on his page?
Yes, and the comments are hysterical.
There's been an interesting phenomenon on the internet over the last couple
I
of
did
years.
this while I was
It's
away.
the emergence of the word cuck as an insult. The only problem is, nobody really seems to know what it means.
Stopped!
Yeah, well, that was the other thing, is that I went, again, why are you making this worse? Because now, you're right, I am watching an entire new generation. I saw Bo Blacks, who was like, I didn't know a lot of this Maddox stuff because it was like before my time. I was probably in middle school when this shit was going on.
Yeah.
And now I'm a huge, you know, YouTube guy with like 300,000 subscribers. Let me look into this Maddox, you know, idiot.
Seems awfully
And he's
retarded.
Yeah, he seems kind of absolutely insane. Interesting. And I'm like, no, Maddox, you could have reinvented yourself for this new generation. That's the thing. It's what they say about comebacks. You gotta go away to come back. Okay? He did the going away he did a pretty good job of just kind of disappearing.
Yeah.
And I know it drove you nuts because you're like, fuck,
There's
I
another
can't
video
monetize this
clip I
motherfucker.
inserted while I was
Actually,
gone. Coming up.
I was sick of making fun of his banana doc stuff.
Slip 15 says, y'all should invade each other's streams.
Like he was getting a little old. And in his absence, I actually started to feel bad for him and want him to succeed. And then he came back with lying and implying in a way that only he can do, and Eric too. And I thought, man, I remember why I fucking hated you, man. Ooh, it's back on.
And even me, where I'm like, look, you guys have every reason to hate Maddox. It makes perfect sense to me. You know, me, obviously, he's never done anything wrong to me, so I'm like, you know, I still am like, I hope this guy figures things out. I hope he gets back on his feet. And then I watch it back, and I'm like, no, never mind. I fucking hate this guy.
Everyone
he had the
has
Jenny Tommy two-tone number, and he fucking tried to pretend that.
This is the next video clip I need to track down. It's him talking about it and being like, "That's doxing."
That's doxing his girlfriend.
Because it had an area code on it, so that is someone's phone number, dipshit. So someone, well, first of all, no.
They could have changed the numbers at random until they got to my girlfriend's actual phone number.
310-821-4960. That's doxing.
Why'd you dox that person right now? Oh my God.
I'm gonna start listing social security numbers too. 111-111-1111.
It's watching a guy set himself on fire. It's watching a guy. Don't worry, I got this. And I'm like, no, you're sinking under the waves. You're sinking under the quicksand.
On fire too. That's that's horrible.
You notice right here, that's Maddox's face on this image. I did that.
That's horrible.
How did you even manage that? And instead of just doing the smart, sensible thing, and slowly but surely rising up out of
That's his face on that too. I done that as well.
the muck, slowly swimming to shore, instead just allowing yourself to be taken by the current, keep thrashing against the fucking waves, and drown and die.
The metaphor's all over the place. I hope the comic has better writing than this
Well,
metaphor.
in
It's
the
too
quicksand
confusing.
issue, it's going to be real good. Now, this metaphor makes perfect sense.
Checkmate.
It makes perfect sense.
Watching a man
My
drown
problem is watching a man drown.
himself. Drown himself.
Yes.
Keep shoving his
Watching
own
it.
face in the toilet bowl. Why am I want anyone help me.
I don't understand. You're swimming in the wrong direction.
I just wanted to Cheerios to leave me the fuck alone.
This is the next part I need to source from the Maddox video is when every time he says, "Leave me the fuck alone."
The reason I sued is because I wanted a Stereos to leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
I'm a hardcore killer. I just wanted a Stereos to leave me the fuck alone and my livelihood alone.
That's why I dragged Justin Wang into this for no reason.
Because I want these guys to leave me the fuck
Leave me alone. That's why I spent the last 3 years making a video so they'll leave me the fuck alone. Oh, you succeeded in canceling a Stereos, a guy with a podcast with like 12 listeners. Good work, I guess.
Aw, that's uncalled for.
Well, what's the Stereos even doing? I'm saying it's like,
He doesn't want to get roped back into all this stuff.
I'm just saying, it's like, what's even the point of going at that guy? He's not like a big guy. That's why you had to go with Justin Wang, because if it said, I'm attacking a Stereos, everyone would have been like, who the fuck is it? What are you talking about?
Justin's a nice guy. He's not going to attack him back. Stereos is a nice guy. He won't attack him back. That's all these guys do. Attack
Yeah.
nice guys.
Here we go. There's the meat of the clip sandwich. It's almost done. I just need to add in a little bit more. Okay, so I did this. I just finished that. The thing where he accuses him of plagiarism for saying the same thing as a newscaster. Where's my pen? Alright, so that's done. 8675309 I need to get from the new Maddox video and the leave me a fuck alone section, and then I am doing good. Are you still there, Jeffrey B? How did that look? Has it come a long way? It looks sharp? Thank you. I'm really glad I went with the actual footage from the Beauty and the Beast. It just works out, because you know why it hits so good and I'm able to edit around it is because it's a musical number. So it's like it just fit in. It's like so perfect.
And then a beautiful Gaston type, figure comes along with his muscles.
I played Gaston.
Yeah, I know you did. And you're the chubby friend of Gaston. Well, who is that motherfucker?
Kadonk.
Is it Gaston?
Man. And the reason I even looked up the footage from the movie is Dick's comment about eggs.
All right, I'm just trying to have fun
I eat
at
a
this
lot
point.
of eggs.
Yeah.
I was just like, I know what he's referencing, so I
was like,
sorted
I'm
it
making fun of
out.
this black guy. He's got millions of dollars. He's not gonna care. And then he got really mad, and I'm like, I thought he wouldn't care at all. I thought he'd be like, man, I got millions of dollars.
Why would I give a shit?
Why would I give?
That looks cool. Alright, now I need to fuck. Uh-oh. Man, they have the zoom in and zoom out button right next to the delete and the backspace button, and it's dangerous. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Sketchy button placement indeed. I'm still working on my little project. No idea when I'm going to bed. Oh god, it's 7:26 in the morning, so I'm pumped though. I'm like into doing this, so I kind of want to finish it for the most part. Leave me the fuck alone. And what's the other clip I need to find? 8675309. That should be easy to spot. God, look how much work went in this piece of shit. You know what? Maybe it shows in that screenshot what point of the video it's in. Oh, yes! 50. It's got to be near the end, if that's right. 5433. Oh, I found it. There we go. You dumb fuck. That is.
Girlfriend's phone number online, which caused her distress because she'd have to drop everything she was
Oh my god, this is so fucking funny that you tried to do this.
magazine for those of you who are interested. As for why I'm finally talking about this, it's because I'm still dealing with the fallout from Mysterio's smear campaign. He even published his false narrative on his friend Rich Kiyonka's website, better known as Low Tax. Low Tax's greatest hits include Something Awful and Women. And of course, Asterios even defended Low Tax in his hit piece against me. And the stuff you've seen in this video barely scratches the surface, like when he started posting what he claimed to be my girlfriend's phone number off. He started posting what he claimed to be my girlfriend. Barely scratches the surface, like when he started posting what. This video barely scratches the surface, like when he started. And the stuff you've seen in this video barely scratches the surface. Like when he started posting what he claimed to be my girlfriend's phone number online, which caused her distress because she'd have to drop everything she was doing and check social media every time this dipshit threatened to dox her. Except the fucking idiot added the real area code of the city we live in, so his hate mob started calling and harassing some random guy in Los Angeles. Good job, dumbass.
What a fucking...
If Asterios hadn't carpet bombed the internet with so
It really takes a certain type of personality to try to make a claim like that and think that a ton of people aren't gonna call him out. Or, I don't know, this guy, he's something else.
Tommy two-tone number and he fucking tried to pretend that that's doxing his girlfriend? Girlfriend? Is it
Sure, in just a bit.
that's doxing his girlfriend?
Or if you ever, are you uploading it somewhere? How would I watch it? I'll check it out. Okay, yeah. I will check it out. I'm going to use that website you sent me earlier before. That's going to be the end of my night. I'm going to watch either Barbie or the Ninja Turtles, depending on which is shorter.
Reason to hate Maddox. It makes perfect sense to me. Any Tommy two-tone number and he fucking tried to pretend that that's doxing his girlfriend?
like when he started posting what he claimed to be my girlfriend's phone number online, which caused her distress because she'd have to drop everything she was doing and check social media every time this dipshit threatened to dox her. Except the fucking idiot added the real area code of
Friend?
like when he started posting what he claimed like when he like when he
girlfriend.
When he started posting what he claimed to be my girlfriend's phone number online, which caused her distress because she'd have to drop everything she was doing and check social media. Social media. Every time this dipshit.
Oh yeah, you watch Oppenheimer 10 times. I don't know if I'm up for Oppenheimer, but I still need to see that.
Shit threatened to dox her. Except the fucking. Except the.
Watch this. Watch me remix Maddox. See how this flows together. Or not remix, but just splice, get to the point.
And then I watch it back and I'm like, no, never mind. I fucking hate this guy.
Everyone
he had the
has
Jenny Tommy two-tone number and he fucking tried to pretend that that's doxing his girlfriend.
When he started posting what he claimed to be my girlfriend's phone number online, which caused her distress because she'd have to drop everything she was doing and check social media. The fucking idiot added the real area code of the city we live in, so his hate.
Okay. It's a little too quick.
Everything she was doing and check social media every time this. Thing she was doing and check social media every time this. Doing and check social media every time this. Because she'd have to drop everything she was doing and check social media every time this dipshit threat.
Ah!
She was doing and check social media every time this dipshit threatened to dox her. Except the fucking idiot added the real area code of.
That's doxing his girlfriend.
When he started.
I fucking hate this guy.
Everyone
he had the
has
Jenny Tommy two-tone number and he fucking tried to pretend that that's doxing his girlfriend.
When he started posting what he claimed to be my girlfriend's phone number online, which caused her distress because she'd have to drop everything she was doing and check social media every time this dipshit threatened to dox her. Except the fucking idiot added the real area code of the city we live in, so his hate mob started calling and harassing some random guy in Los Angeles. Good job, dumbass.
because it had an area code.
The city we live in, so his hate mob started calling and harassing some random guy in Los Angeles. Good job, dumbass.
Because it had an area code on it, so that is someone's phone number, dipshit. So someone, well, first of all, no.
They could have changed the numbers at random until they got to my girlfriend's actual phone number.
310-821-4960. That's
Why'd you
doxing.
dox that person right now?
Dox
Oh
that
my
person.
God!
I'm gonna start listing social security numbers too. 111-11-1111.
It's watching a guy set himself on fire. It's watching a
Yeah.
guy. Don't worry, I got.
Yes! Thank you, Marcus. Thank you. Marcus, it's goodbye paste. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting, Marcus. Sometimes. Jesus Christ. Just speak to me, most apartments around where I live are 3,000.
It's rendering, sorry.
It's Gotti. It's not Gotti! Dubai is cool! Except for the fucking tree island thing. That one's weird. That's weird. I don't like the little sandbar houses. But if you just get like long game insurance fraud vibes. Another one. Why? They were $15 and you were keeping me from killing my roommate while I wait for my college withdrawal paperwork to be processed by the fat broad in the front.
Why is it taking so long? Oh, wait, it's
Don't kill people!
stupid. I'm doing it again.
Marcus, where do you live? That's very weird. But where do you live, Marcus? You're donating an aid.
Oh, that's why I spent the last 3 years making a video. So the.
You're using a VPN. So it costs you $5. Marie, Austria, I'm literally a vacation rep living in Salisbury State, a lovely part of the world. But this week, the rain keeps the green lush. Okay, make me a tourist ambassador. I'm not in the dark. You do
To
live
say
in
to
the
somebody during an argument, so I ignored him. But then he said it a
Have you been to the aquarium? The Dubai aquarium? They go there, then, but this whole hurts my soul. 0-0. New York City sucks ass, but man, how far we've fallen. One time it used to be the envy of the world, and I like to visit.
the one where he was
New York City's a shit
on
box.
Twitter. You may be noticing a pattern here. But before we go on, remember the text conversation I mentioned earlier? The one where he was talking behind the back of one of his business partners?
Diving, you know? I'm terrified of diving. I have my scuba license, but I wouldn't go scuba diving ever again. I don't like it. I don't think I'm gonna ignore now. Being is how many hours people are working to now. Those filed a restraining order 3 months ago. They sued the Bangalore. I want 10 billion with them. I live and work in New York City. It's true.
And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Out of the blue, he said that he hoped that my new where he was talking behind the back of one of his business partners and supposed friends. During the course of that conversation, while we were having our falling out, he said something very strange to me. While we were having a disagreement, out of the blue, he said that he hoped that my new book would do very well when it came out. That's a very weird thing to say to somebody during an argument, so I ignored him. But then he said it a second time, saying, really, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, have a very successful book launch. I can't wait. It sounded like a threat. That's like saying, I hope your kids sleep well tonight during a heated argument. That's a threat. So I told him, don't go after me because I can during a heated argument. That's a threat.
I just have stupid opinions. I just have so many opinions from watching too much YouTube and shit. Makes you the perfect bed.
So I told him, don't go after me because I can go after your pocketbook too. Then he did something very strange. He said, go nuts. And then he gave me the contact information for a company I'd never heard of.
God damn it. This guy's such a retard.
Death threats from the This group that he was part of makes these types of threats.
A group.
How do I know? Because they've even done it to him and his ex-wife. Wow, what a feminist. I thought a company like Weber Shandwick would step in and I tried to accommodate him even while I was traveling out of the country. When we finally agreed on a day, Justin didn't follow through and he didn't contact me again for nearly a month. Since he was unprofessional and not forthright, I stopped responding. But Justin simply said that I turned down the interview, which implies that I didn't give him a statement, except I did. Literally, my first response to him stated that almost everything said about me has been false or misleading. When the article came out, Cafier, of course, didn't publish the statement and neglected to disclose his relationship to Asterios. This isn't even the first time had to hurt my book sales, I wouldn't have had to take him to court. I would honestly love to never have to mention this idiot ever again. Had Justin not involved himself, if Asterios hadn't carpet bombed the internet with so much bullshit, I probably wouldn't have had to make this video. And if he didn't threaten me, encourage people to review bomb my podcast, harass my sponsors, and publish a fraudulent ad to hurt my book sales, I wouldn't have had to take him to court. I would honestly love to never have to mention this idiot ever again. Had Justin not involved himself and minded his own fucking business instead of attacking me completely unprovoked, I wouldn't have had to make this video about him either. What I've learned through all of this is that there's almost no downside to slander. If you smear somebody on a platform like YouTube, you gain money, clicks, and notoriety. And when the person you're slandering responds to set the records,
Damn it. I delete all this. Oh, I'm too tired to search for that, but I want to use it in the final. Or you know what? Here's what I'll do. Let's try one more pass. Motherfucker.
down as many as I could. Our tales from the internet. Since most of Justin's video consists of
Get to the fucking point, you cuck. Where does he fucking say it? Oh! I think I found it.
Gullible dipshits like Justin can get caught up in online mobs fueled by hatred, lies, and gossip. Except this time, Justin got way too involved and crossed a line that he shouldn't have. So how did Justin get involved in all of this? Well, unfortunately, Justin has a rare medical condition called ITM-HOFB.
This is very much not
inability to
funny.
mind his own fucking business. Since Justin has this disease and is apparently unable to mind his own fucking business, when he came across the smear campaign, he couldn't resist joining the mob and personally going after me.
I'm not going anywhere, I'm listening.
To him. He not only got involved in the smear campaign, but at one point he ingratiated himself with one of the two main ringleaders of this harassment campaign and former moderator
This harassment
of this group,
campaign
a guy by the
is
name
so
of
full of
Asterios
shit.
Kokonos.
Some
In fact,
people
at one
don't
point,
like
Justin even
me and
became
they're
friends with
making
his former
fun of me.
moderator, a person who I
Harassment
eventually ended up having
campaign.
to take to court. So by now you're probably wondering, why did I have to take this person to court? I took him to court for fraud. This is a screenshot of an advertisement he purchased claiming to represent me and my company. He fraudulently published these false and misleading claims and targeted them directly at me and my fans. He boasted about his harassment campaign on a website called Kiwi Farms, which is a forum dedicated to stalking, doxing, and harassment. Asterios, a guy who calls himself the good boy of comedy, regularly posted on the forums where they doxed my home address and had some choice words to say about me. Why would the good boy of comedy be posting on a hate site like this? That's weird.
A hate
He paid for
site.
this targeted harassment campaign after I blocked him on social media, and he did it specifically to hurt my book sales. And if you have any doubt, he said it himself. What I'm about to tell you is the story of what should have been a private disagreement that spiraled way out of control and led to some random guy I met years ago in a comedy club in LA becoming obsessed with me, which resulted in a lawsuit where I sued him, his partners, and his company to get him to leave me the fuck alone. So you might be wondering, who is this guy and how did we get involved?
I found it. But first, let me get high.
To leave me the fuck. Which resulted in a lawsuit where I sued him. A lawsuit where resulted in a lawsuit where I sued him, his partners, and his company to get him to leave me the fuck alone.
Look at his stupid face.
So you might be wondering, who is this guy and how did we get involved? Well, he's a copywriter and an amateur comedian who considers himself a ties with them because they'll eventually do it to you. So I called him out on it, and that should have been the end of it. Except it wasn't. There's more to this conversation that I'll get to in a minute, but what happened...
Get to a fucking point, you piece of shit.
Started harassing me, my friends, my sponsors, and even my guests on my podcast, all while playing the victim. He's extremely good at making himself out to be a victim and accusing others of doing exactly what he's accusing them of. For example, here's a DM conversation he had with one of my sponsors after harassing them on Twitter and implying that they committed fraud, even after I took him to court for this type of harassment. He would obsessively write
Hey, what's up, John McClane? How you doing?
and hundreds of posts about me on Reddit, and at one point even sent me spam from his mailing list. In short, he became obsessed with me, and at one point he even asked his girlfriend to watch my live streams to keep tabs on me.
A full? You don't want to listen? I love you, honey. Can you tell me what's happening with Maddox? Can you watch it and tell me?
He even followed me around online and left comments on YouTube videos.
Where are you
if I so
moving?
much as had an appearance in one. And part of the reason he seemed to be doing this was for money, because did you go after him and encourage a mob to try to destroy his podcast and products with negative reviews? No, actually, I haven't done anything like that to him. So you might be thinking, well, maybe this has been a back and forth feud. Surely, if he's been talking about me this much, I must have responded to at least some of his. He even asked his girlfriend to watch my lives. Everywhere he went, he'd spam links to his Patreon account, which is definitely against their terms of service, but Patreon doesn't enforce their rules consistently, and that's a whole other story. At one point, he started combing through my website to find something problematic I'd written 20
Jeffrey B in the YouTube chat is also from Texas.
years ago, and even contacted a comedy theater I performed at to try to get me canceled there. Except he got the theater wrong and messaged someplace in Brooklyn.
Yeah, well, this harassment, Maddox tried to sue these people that he's talking about, and he fucking lost.
I'd never been to, or even
and nobody doxed. You'll see. Here, let me show you what we're dealing with, John. Oh, here we go. Right to the part.
Then I watch it back and I'm like, no, never mind. I fucking hate this guy.
Everyone
has the Jenny Tommy two-tone number, and he fucking tried to pretend that that's doxing his girlfriend.
when he started posting
8675309,
which caused her distress because she'd have to drop everything she was doing and check social media every time this dipshit threatened to dox her. Except the fucking idiot added the real area code of the city we live in, so his hate mob started calling and harassing some random guy in Los Angeles. Good job, dumbass.
Because it had an area code on it, so that is someone's phone number, dipshit. So someone, well, first of all, no.
They could have changed the numbers at random until they got to my girlfriend's actual phone number.
310-821-4960.
That's doxing. Why'd you dox that person right now? Oh my God.
I'm gonna start listing social security numbers too. 111-111-111.
It's watching a guy set himself on fire. It's watching a guy. Don't worry, I got this. And I'm like, no, you're sick.
Oh, and I face swapped Maddox's face onto this guy.
Because apparently they're both bad at research. Months of smearing me publicly, he even encouraged his followers to review my podcast, and even shared instructions on how to create an iTunes account without using a credit card, which is a way for people to write fake and duplicate negative reviews. And it's worth noting that all of this happened long before any lawsuits were filed. So you might be thinking, gee, Maddox, what did you do to this guy? Did you go after him and encourage a mob to try to destroy his podcast and products with negative reviews? No, actually, I haven't done anything like that to him.
I wonder if they even use the number 8675309 anymore. And I wonder if the people who accept it, why would they pick such a burden?
So you might be thinking, well, maybe this has been a back and forth feud. Surely, if he's been talking about me this much, I must have responded to at least some of his countless smears and comments about me, right? Nope. In fact, until this video, I haven't even mentioned this guy in public in over 5 years. And I mean that literally, while he ran his mouth constantly on
And he's been making this video for 3 years. Oh, number's not available.
Twitter. The number of tweets I made about him are 0. The number of Facebook posts
that's
I
good
made
to know.
him, 0. The number of times I mention him, him, or even mention him in public anywhere on any platform. Nor have I asked or encouraged any of my fans to attack him in public or private in any capacity, not once, ever, period. So if I wasn't doing anything to the guy, possible explanation earlier, money.
And just some backstory, this guy has treated people like shit, but he's leaving it out. Yeah.
He not only spammed his Patreon link in conjunction with the smear campaign, his friends and followers even went to my personal website and spammed links to his Patreon constantly on his behalf. But there was only one problem. If I wasn't responding or doing anything to him, how could he justify his continued attacks? Well, he came up with the perfect explanation. He accused me of conducting a shadow war and engaging in a whisper campaign where I allegedly went around Los Angeles,
Which he did do.
whispering things about him and his friends, which is bizarre because I promise you, there is nothing I could whisper about this guy that's worse than the things I put in this video, which are just things he's actually done. Accusing someone of a shadow war is the perfect allegation. Don't have it back in your name. He don't ask for proof. He could simply say, oh, it was all part of the shadow war. So by definition, another person without evidence. Better to do than to downvote videos on some random guy's YouTube channel who I met in a comedy club over half a fucking decade ago. Again, all of these allegations without a single shred of evidence. But unfortunately, if you repeat a false claim enough, no matter how ridiculous that claim is, eventually someone gullible enough will not only believe it, but they'll go so far as to attack the person on your behalf. And that's exactly what happened. So you might be wondering, what kind of gullible dipshit would not only believe a false claim about another person with...
See, this whole Maddox video is a hit piece on Justin Wang. It's a hit on these smaller guys that nobody knows about. So he front loaded it with Justin Wang
evidence,
stuff.
But then make it their business.
And this has been on his mind because all of his screenshots are from over 3 years ago. So he's been sitting and he looks different than he does in real life right now. So he's been putting this together, molding for years.
And attack them for it. Enter Justin Wang. Justin typifies this idiotic mob. Pattern here. But before we go on, remember the text conversation against this former fan of mine, because even after I blocked him 6 times on various social media networks, he kept contacting me. And of course, he's also a male feminist. And if his name sounds familiar, that's because you might have noticed it earlier, because surprise, surprise, it's one of the accounts followed by the fake rape allegation on Twitter. You may be noticing a pattern here. But before we go on, remember the text conversation I mentioned earlier? The one where he while we were having a disagreement, when it came out. That's a very weird thing to say to somebody during an argument, so I ignored him. But then he said it a second time, saying, really, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, have a very successful book launch. I can't wait. It sounded like a threat. That's like saying, I hope your kids sleep well tonight during a heated argument. That's a threat. So I told him, don't go after me because I can go after your pocketbook too. Then he did something very strange. He said, go nuts. And then he gave me the contact information for a company I'd never heard of before. A company called... I was tempted to call, but I didn't. Even though this guy was threatening my livelihood, I still showed restraint and didn't bother contacting them. Why would I? What would I have to gain by calling this guy's work? It's not like he was doing this stuff on company time with the express knowledge of his supervisors. Was he? Well, it turns out he was. Escalation of these attacks week after week, month after month, year after year. Through a stroke of luck, I got an inside tip from someone who worked at his company with first-hand. This is one part of the video where I won't disclose my source to protect the parties involved, but if you have any doubt, there were multiple eyewitnesses who watched him do this from work, including his own followers, because the genius live streamed it from work. So when it became
you
clear
lost
that
a
he wasn't going to
lawsuit.
stop going after my livelihood and harassing me, my friends, my acquaintances, and doing it on company time no less, as a last resort, I decided to contact his work out of desperation to get him to stop. Keep in mind,
Damn it,
this
say
was after
leave me the
months
fuck
of his
alone.
attacks, so I showed a lot of restraint by not contacting them immediately. I sent an email and tried to remain anonymous to his company in an effort to avoid further retaliation, in part because the girl I was dating at the time was receiving countless rape and death threats from this mob. And I know he did this with the explicit knowledge that this group that he was part of makes these types of threats. How do I know? Because they've even done it to him and his ex-wife. Wow, what a feminist. I thought a company like Weber Shandwick would step in and do the right thing because they like to stress how forward-thinking and progressive they are, releasing statement after statement about how they're leaders in diversity and inclusion. So surely this progressive company would put a stop. In fact, they told him about my email sheet for their company. So surely this progressive company would put a stop to this harassment, right? Nope. In fact, they told him about my email, allowed him to continue the harassment campaign, and things got worse. One of Weber Shandwick's clients was the UN Women's Group, and Asterios worked for their campaign. Nice of him to take time away from banning cunts, but don't worry, those cunts weren't even that hot. But at this point, I have to admit I made a mistake. Absolutely not. I would have contacted them much sooner, because I had no idea these maniacs would still be going at it over half a decade later. That's how this ultimately became a lawsuit, because this random guy I met at a comedy scene in Los Angeles became obsessed, caused damages, and doesn't know how to fuck off.
Let's close.
Became obsessed, caused damages, and doesn't know how to fuck. Became obsessed. Became a lawsuit because this random guy I met at a comedy scene in Los Angeles became obsessed, caused damages, and doesn't know how to fuck off. You might doesn't know how to fuck off. Of doing this. I've never had a problem with anyone. I think lawsuits should only be used as a last resort. In fact, I told him as much.
Oh.
And offered to unilaterally drop the lawsuit for the low cost of leaving me the fuck alone.
There we go. This is what I need.
Reached out to him directly for the first time in years and offered to unilaterally drop the lawsuit for the low cost of leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. It was all I ever wanted, and I didn't even ask for legal fees or damages. Again, all he had to do was fuck off, and that would have been the end of it. It was fuck off. All he had to do was damages. Again, all he had to do was fuck off, and that would have been the end of it. polite and cordial in my communication. I said, take your life back, and ended the text by saying, let's end this tonight. I was polite and cordial in my communication. I said, take your life back, and ended the text by saying, let's end this tonight.
Oh, fuck.
With only 20 minutes before the midnight deadline, he finally replied and said, please communicate through your lawyer and mine. Since he left me less than 8 minutes
That's enough. Leave me the fuck alone. That's all I got in the tank tonight. It's gonna be a 10-minute highlight video. It's gonna be awesome. You will see. You'll see. But I gotta call it quits. I gotta pass out. Thanks for watching, everyone. Good night. Stay metal. Hail Satan. See you next time, Jeffrey. I might finish this up live tonight. Tonight, late night. After midnight. Thanks for stopping in, John McClane. And yeah, I'll see y'all soon.